welcome back. Well, as promised, we have the management of OnMobile Global with us today. The Bangalore headquartered company is a mobile value-added services provider. Sanjay Baweja, who is the managing director and the global CEO at OnMobile Global, joins in to discuss the outlook for the company and the gaming opportunity revenue drivers in the new year. Mr. Baweja, hi, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for joining in. Well, just wanted to start by asking you about what your 2023 outlook would be, say, when it comes to revenue growth. There have been a couple of changes which have taken place. For example, mobile gaming obviously saw a huge spurt during COVID, and that has sort of tapered out now. And overall, the revenue growth for the company itself has been quite lackluster. Can you just provide us a couple of revenue drivers and your outlook going into the next year?
Yeah, good afternoon, and thank you for having me on your show. Yes, mobile gaming has been the driver for us. While if you were to look at our revenue, we could segregate that into the legacy products, and then we have the two new products that we've launched. One is Challenges Arena that we launched about 18 months ago, and then this year we launched OnMobile. And both these are in different spectrum, but very clearly gaming products. For Challenges Arena, which we launched last year, it's been a stupendous growth that we've seen. We've seen about 20 to 30% growth quarter on quarter as it has come along in the last few quarters. We believe that will continue. So we expect, from a year perspective, we expect a 100% growth for this product, a triple-digit growth for this product as we go along. And similarly for OnMobile, which is another product that we've just into a beta, we started the revenues started to come in. There again, a triple-digit growth will happen, and it will be a much bigger triple-digit in that sense. And while I can't give specific numbers, but clearly both these gaming products for us, one which is more focused from a 4G perspective with the operators, and the other which is a little more 5G focused gaming product, which is OnMobile, will clearly show us a triple-digit growth for us. And these are new products. For example, Challenges Arena is till last quarter was about 8% of our overall revenue. We expect by this year end itself, it will be about 15%. And then the growth continues as we go along into the new financial year. Our legacy products, which have not been doing too well over the last few years, we expect even that, because we've got a few new customers who've come in, and we've got some confirmations also coming in. So over the next year, we even expect that to show some amount of growth, and because that's something that we've been struggling, if I may use the word, over the last few years. But now with new products, and that's thanks basically to Challenges Arena, where we've got 60 customer confirmations. We are live with 35 as we speak. And clearly, that's what, as they go live over the next 2 quarters, we will see huge revenue growth happening quarter after quarter, and like I said, yearly. And because a lot of these customers are new customers for us, this is enabling us to have a cross-selling. And that's why, even our legacy products, we've been able to cross-sell to some of our new customers. And that's clearly giving us a leg up from a revenue perspective. While the overall numbers, I'd not like to go into detail of that, how much of that growth will it come to next year. But clearly, both these new products will show us a triple-digit growth for sure.
You said Challenges Arena will contribute 15% to your revenues by the end of this year. What about OnMobile?
Yeah, which is March. March is still, OnMobile is still small. It's about 1 or 2%, okay. But that also, again, it'll be a much bigger triple-digit growth in the next year. Because that's where we've just started to launch. We just launched in this last 2 quarters.
So for FY23, will we see growth, Sanjay? Because for the last many years, your revenues have been declining on a consolidated basis, annual consolidated basis. FY23, should we see growth?
So FY23, we should see growth. And more than that, the 23-24, that's the big growth year for us. Till now, even in FY23, the H1, we've been stable, if I may say. We've not really grown, but the new 2 products will give us some growth. But the big growth is slated for 23-24, which is starting 1st of April. And we will see real serious growth because the legacy products will remain at the same level while the new products will really grow pretty rapidly. So the expectation for 23-24 is very big as far as the revenue growth is concerned.
Okay. Well, just to extend that point a little more, you might see growth in FY23, FY24. That's what you're guiding for at this point, Mr. Baweja. But when do you get back to those levels of revenue which we probably saw pre-pandemic? FY18, your revenue was around 630 odd crores. FY19, 594 odd crores. Yes, there was a decline, but you've come down to around 520 crores in FY22. So when do you get back to that base?
I think fairly quickly. I would not give specific numbers, but next year itself will be, we might be there, we might be beyond that. So I don't want to give specific numbers, but clearly we will see serious growth happening next year itself in a big way, and we should top the numbers that you mentioned. Those are not very far away from where we are today, but yeah, we should top those numbers as we go along the next year, by the next year end.
Okay, and similar question with regards to your margins. You've done double-digit margins in 2 out of 5 years. You had around 9% for FY22. Again, when do you get back to those levels of, say, 10 to 12% on a sustainable basis?
Yeah. So you're right. We had a good 10 to 12% margin. And then when we launched Challenge Arena, and you'll notice that there's been a substantial increase in the marketing cost and that's because when you launch a new product, we've had a serious marketing spend that we've continued to do, and we will continue to do now. But having said that, the revenue is now growing at a much faster pace than the marketing expense. On a steady state basis, Challenges Arena should give us between 25 to 35% margin. OnMo, again, between 20 to 30% margin on a steady state. So the Challenges Arena steady state will happen in the next year for sure. And our profitability goes from operator to operator. So it takes us 2 to 3 quarters as far as Challenges Arena is concerned to get into the steady state for any new operator. And then going on similarly for OnMo, which takes slightly longer. So we expect significant jump in our profitability as we go along. Our gross margin, you might have noticed, has already gone up by 4 or 5%. We expect that gross margin to continue to go up rapidly. Yes, the marketing expense is higher, but that will also grow, but at a much slower pace than what our revenues will grow. So clearly, we will see a rapid increase in profitability as we go along. While OnMo, because it's going to be new in the next year also, it may have some lesser profitability, but Challenge Arena will get into a mature state and we'll see a significantly better profitability. So from the current products, which give us about 12%, the new products are going to give us around 25, 30%. So over the next 2 years, we should see rapid improvement in profitability as we go along.
Thank you very much, Sanjay, for joining in. More questions, but we'll leave it for another time. Get into a break on that note. We'll come back with more of our individual stuff. So stay tuned.